As a music producer, these are my 3 favorite tips to take your tracks to the next level. Number 1, group everything. This isn't a hard and fast rule, but if your projects are grouped and organized properly, it will be so much easier when it comes to the final mix.
So in both the arrangement and the mixer, I group everything. So all my drums, atmospheres, leads, growls, basses, sub basses, and effects all grouped together. And it's exactly the same here. All the drums go to a single bus, and the atmospheres, leads, etc. This means when you come to the final mixdown, you're only dealing with a few individual faders going to the master.
And just having things nice and organized means that the final mixdown is so much simpler. Number 2, clip everything. Now, this is more for electronic music than other types of music, but all my group buses are always clipped, except for things like maybe instruments like pianos and strings. Unfortunately, the loudness war is still very much a thing in electronic music, and the only way of achieving this loudness is through clipping.
My drum channel, there's a clipper. Basses, there's a clipper. Leads, clipper. Everything is being clipped pretty harshly before being sent to the master.
Doing this is the only way to achieve that industry standard loudness. Number 3, also sidechain everything, and I mean everything, to the kick and the snare.
It doesn't really matter how you do this. I'm pretty old school most of the time, and I still use a compressor to sidechain.
But of course now an alternative way of doing that is using volume shapers such as Shaperbox or Elevotal or similar things.
Also, more recently, Kilohertz dropped the compactor, which uses ring modulation to sidechain and gets much more accurate results. I can make another tutorial on this in the future.
Whatever method you use, the principle remains the same. To achieve maximum loudness, you must sidechain everything. This doesn't matter so much what space the sound occupies frequency-wise, it occupies some headroom, therefore it needs to duck out of the way of the kick and the snare so you can push things more.
A general rule of thumb is the lower the frequency, the more headroom the sound occupies, so needs to be sidechained for longer. The sub usually is sidechained for the longest, then the bass, then mid elements like leads, growls, but also other drums need to be sidechained as well, and not for long at all. My hats, for instance, are only sidechained for a few milliseconds, just to let through the transient of the kick and the snare, which occupy a lot of headroom themselves.
Follow these 3 tips and I'm sure you'll see an immediate improvement in your productions, and also drop us a follow for more.